are listening to WHOA Podcast, coming to you from Gainesville, Florida.
Shannon, is that Shannon Austin? Mm-hmm. Shannon, I'm going to see your husband bright and early tomorrow morning. All right, 65. All right, so one small...
Good morning, everybody. My name is Collin, and I'm the COE, the chief of everything over here at New Scooters for Less, and this is the WHOA GNV Podcast. Ty, what is up, my man?
What's up, man? How are we doing this summer?
I am
ready?
Super excited for this. I don't know if I told you or not. I started doing a little bit of research on the WHOA podcast. Did I tell you this yet?
Copycats?
I was like, you know what? If we're going to call this the WHOA podcast, maybe I should go and buy the domain for that. And it belongs to some horse podcast. So I was off to a bad start already. So I'm now calling it the WHOA GNV podcast, so people know it comes from this epic city of Gainesville.
I like it.
All right, but I wasn't sure if I had informed you that. It's been an entire week since I've seen you.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's like the France.com thing going around. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
France is trying to steal France.com from a guy who runs
Trying to
France.com.
steal it?
Yeah. They took it.
They like literally said
they
give
took
it to
They
us.
said it's going to go to France.fr now.
Well, there you go. That's your morning news clip with
There you go.
with Ty. Guys, we have a couple of really, really special guests with us today, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So how about Brooke? You go first.
Hi, I'm Brooke Newell, and I am the owner of Addison MacKenzie Boutique. We are an online clothing boutique for busy women. I am a mom of 2 children, and as most moms, I do not have time to go to Target or the mall or to even shower, more or less. So I had the idea of bringing affordable clothes to your fingertips. So we started about 2 years ago, and I always try to ship quickly, and it's lots of fun. So can't wait to chat with you more.
Yeah, this is cool. I'm so excited to get into this story. And Natelle, how about you?
Hey, my name is Natelle. I run Natelle Draws Stuff, which is also an online store specializing in small accessories like enamel pins, stickers. A lot of them are based on my illustrations. So I guess my business is my illustrations that are then kind of incorporated into different merchandise. So little tiny wearable pieces of art that people can buy.
Very cool. Hey, so the one thing that I always like to start with is everybody's origin story, right? So how you even got to this point. How long has it been for each of you?
This would be 3 years for me.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
This coming August will be 3.
Okay. So what started it all?
My background is in elementary education, so I taught 3rd grade for 8 years, and then I was a curriculum resource teacher at Meadowbrook Elementary School. So I have a passion for children. I also, I just love kids. But as my children got older, I realized I wanted to be home with my children. I was really blessed growing up with parents who were also entrepreneurs, so they were able to take me to school, pick me up from school. They were always at my activities. So I knew I wanted to do something that had a little more flexibility. Being a teacher is a flexible job, and however, I was in the administration track, so I would not have seen my children as much as I wanted to. So a part of the reason was I wanted a flexible schedule to be there for my family, and then the other part is my husband thinks I have a shopping problem. I might have to agree. Sometimes he takes my card off at Amazon, although I know the number so I can put it right back on. But he laughs because we always have Amazon packages. But I just enjoy shopping. I've always liked shopping. It's something my mom and I have always done growing up together. And I just felt that a lot of times I would go into stores and clothes would be too expensive, or my husband wouldn't want me to buy such an expensive shirt to wear just a few times. So I started doing some research, and I wanted to be able to offer affordable, cute clothes that would make women feel good about themselves, and want to get dressed for the day. And then as I started doing research, I realized I really love my children, but I don't enjoy taking, at that time, a newborn baby and a 4-year-old to anywhere, to Publix, to the mall. So I thought, why not do this online? I could do it from home, I could ship quickly, and I would still be able to be with my children, and you would get your clothes quickly. So that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
Oh, well, for
Sorry.
me, I feel like I just kind of fell into this business. I don't know if how many of you know that I'm not actually originally from Gainesville. I've only been here like a little bit over 3 years. We moved here from New Zealand because my husband was offered a job at UF, which I feel like many people come to Gainesville for UF.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I didn't have an art background. I came from a cell biology background, and I spent years in a research lab. And art had always been kind of like a side hobby. I'd sold jewelry back in New Zealand. I'd had a little Etsy shop making stuff. And when we moved here, I started volunteering in the same lab that my husband was in, on track to becoming an actual paid technician. And one day I kind of looked around and thought, maybe I could do something more with what I'm illustrating. And so I opened up another Etsy shop, and things just kind of started snowballing from there. I think when I started social media more seriously, I found the world of all these, amazing new products like enamel pins that kind of gained popularity in a short amount of time. And I was like, I can try putting my art on these small things. And then it just took off. Like, the business started from something that was greeting cards and handmade macrame plant hangers and shrink plastic jewelry, because that was, I like crafting a lot. And then it just ended up being something that was more. And I hope that it would continue.
A lot more.
Yeah,
Right?
lot more.
So this was the thing that fascinated me when Ty was like, I've got the perfect person to bring on.
Okay.
And I mean, and he's just like describing you to me and then sharing your Instagram account with me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl has 83,000.
I just hired her.
Dude.
Like, she
Followers.
doesn't know, but
Well,
she's now hired.
Well, hey, like,
Ty is
you guys-
exaggerating.
you guys
This is
don't-
very much a small business.
I'll give you all the passwords to Instagram.
which is great. Like this is what I don't think people understand about like what we're trying to do here. If you guys don't know each other until this point, right?
No, yeah.
So
No,
like
that's
if an opportunity comes to bring two people who are very creative in their own rights together,
Yeah.
and have a new like friendship come out of it that might help each of their businesses, I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, and not only that, but I mean, we're trying to obviously highlight people who have been doing special things in Gainesville. Brooke, I know that you're moving, and we'll get into that a little bit, but and that's really not her choice, so to speak. But the truth is, like, you've still been in Gainesville for a long time and been building this business here, which is incredible. So I want to dive into more a little bit about that. But when I found out, I'm like, okay, we have somebody here who is just epic at Instagram. Ty is epic in his own right. I mean, he's got how many now? 24,000?
Yeah, 24.
You're hired too.
Yeah.
You can play this
24,000.
podcast if you run my Instagram.
And then when I like heard of Brooke, I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to get all these people in the same room, because this is just incredible. And just so you guys know, just to kind of bring a little bit of background to why we've gotten to this point, I'm laying in bed with my wife, who's on her phone, and she's scrolling, she's listening to this young lady sell clothes on Facebook. Okay, and I'm like, what are you watching? And she's like, oh, Addison MacKenzie Boutique is live. And I'm like, well, what does that even mean? and then so I look over and I see Brooke on, Facebook living to a private group, right? It's private or closed, on Facebook. And then I see comment after comment. I see like 42 people that are live tuned in at that exact moment. Comment after comment after comment of, I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening right now? This is the world of social media that we've created. And I was just really, really fascinated by it. So, Brooke, if you don't mind, like, could you just describe the process a little bit of your, because I know you have an online website too,
Right.
but like the Facebook Live thing is super, super intriguing to me.
Okay.
And just that process, how you got into that process, like why that process, I guess, is the question that I'm asking and curious about.
All right. So I do this basically by myself. My mom helps with all the legal tax work and everything. But as I said earlier, I do have 2 kids. And so it is very time consuming to be able to ship the inventory I have, put it on the website. I mean, it just takes a lot of time. So after doing some research, there's thousands of boutiques, but I just was looking, and a lot of people were doing these Facebook Lives, and I thought, hey, this is a good way to get people to see the clothes without taking pictures of models. It gives them the opportunity, if they want me to try it on, or any friends that are over, or interns, so they can see it on an actual person. And it's just the interactive part of a community. I've tried to base the Facebook group on me actually caring for the people, so I try to serve them before I sell them. I feel like a lot of these people have actually become my friends. I was actually at a party 2 weeks ago, our nanny's graduation party, and a girl came up to me, Courtney, and was like, I feel like I know you. And I'm like, I know you too. And she's like, I shop all the time. I'm like, I do know you. So I think that's the main part of the community. A lot of people will post pictures of themselves to give other people ideas about what to wear. And then also it's funny, you were watching with your wife, because someone else texted my husband literally the other day from Indiana. We met them on a cruise, and he was like, I'm trying to watch this baseball game, but my wife is watching the BSN or something. And my husband was like, what is the BSN? And he was like, oh, the Brooke Shopping Network. Like, I'm just trying to watch TV and she has it muted. But it's fun. It's exhausting, but it's rewarding. And I love just being able to help women.
It's dangerous because I'm laying in bed and my wife is like commenting on a thread saying, I'll take that one. And I'm like,
It's amazing.
She got a really cute tank last night.
So where do you source the clothes from?
So my mom and I go to market throughout the year, and
Yep.
there's different ones all over the United States. So they have them in LA, Dallas, Atlanta. I usually go to Atlanta because it's easy to fly out of Orlando. I mean, I fly out of Gainesville, but
yeah, and just from my perspective, I was fascinated because it's very well organized. You are,
Try.
I mean, it's live. I mean, like if I'm being completely honest, like I don't like doing live stuff. I prefer Snapchat and these other platforms and video because I'm like, okay, well I can edit that, or I can hit the X because I didn't like it and I can do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm that guy. I like,
Yeah.
I don't really prefer to go live. Now I've done it plenty of times, but don't prefer to go live. But it was just fascinating how organized it was because she had, like each piece was numbered, right? It's like numbered on the hanger.
he started watching recently.
Okay, so this hasn't always been the
I
case.
haven't done lives for that long, so this is a new thing. I would say probably in the past 2 months. But
Okay.
so the tags, this is probably like the 4th time I've used them, just because people used to say blue shirt, and so many people are commenting. Then the point of the live got exhausting again because I would have to rewatch it, and people would say, I commented first, I commented. So now, for example, last night I had 4 people there watching, and I have to tell them it's whatever we see first on our screen just because of the internet. But the tags do help. So if I'm holding up a shirt, I'll say this is number 1. We have 2 smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges, and then they would comment.
And then do the people off to the side, like
Then they
just
would write it
reach
down.
back.
So I have a sheet that says the item and then how many sizes, and then they write their names. And then when they all left last night around midnight, then I laid everything out and I invoiced. And then once those are paid today, then I will try to ship them today or tomorrow.
Okay, so are you going live from a computer in front of you, and then somebody's like messaging on the phone, or
No,
what's
so
the process? Like,
I
what's
credit how cute I look at 8:30 at night because of this ring light. Everyone should buy one. They really should get one in here. I'd look better right now. So it's like a ring light stand, and my cell phone hooks into it. So I go live from my cell phone, and then they all have computers at
And then-
the.
so they're
I should do a
commenting.
live on the live, like show everybody.
Yeah.
So,
So they're commenting from the computers.
So
and
somebody's
you're using the
pretending to be
phone
me,
as the
but they know
recording.
it's not me because clearly I'm talking. But then
Right,
people
right,
still
right.
text you during it. I'm like, hey, you know my phone's up there. So she's commenting back, yes. And then sometimes people don't know if they get it until after.
How many? Okay, so Sorry, I'm just super fascinated by it.
So
me
last
too.
night, I would say there were probably about 50 people watching at a time, but this morning when I checked, over 1,000 people have already seen it.
How many sales come after the fact at like a rewatching?
A rewatch, a
Yeah.
lot will come, especially last night, my cell phone died. Don't ever let your cell phone die. During the middle, so I'm sure when I turn my phone on after this, people will be commenting, and then they're still sharing it. So that's the value of social media, because I don't delete the video. Some people would go back and delete it right after, but the power of sharing, they'll continue to share it, and then people will watch it.
And I'm fascinated by that. And you both do this extremely well, because I was looking at you guys in each of your own right, so to speak. And the engagement is incredible. How important is that? Because, even talking about last night, you're saying you comment this, and we'll, like, you have a wheel in the back that you're spinning and different, how important is the engagement, and what other things do you do to keep the comments, getting the people to share? Because that's the virality of it for you, right? Like, people share and it's like, oh, what's going on? People come in and they shop. And my wife buys clothes.
For me, again, any boutique is going to sell the clothes that I sell. Most of them, I would say, it's going to be more expensive, just because I try to do pricing as well. But the main thing is I want people to shop because it's me. Like, you like me as a person. You like what my brand stands for. You like the fact that I'm a mom and I want to take care of my family and then also take care of you. I write handwritten notes in every...
UCE. We call that the ultimate customer experience.
I like it. I write handwritten notes. I try to take notes about customers. I sold $15,000 last month, which was a lot for just myself. And so it's getting to the point that I need to hire help, but I don't want to stop the customer service. I try to be really honest with people. Last night, someone commented on a dress, and I just knew it wouldn't fit, and she wouldn't like the style. So afterwards, I privately messaged her, and I said, hey, I don't think you're going to really like that style. I think you would like this one instead. And then she wrote back and said, oh, thank you. I appreciate your honesty. Like, I would have been really upset if I got that and didn't know. So I think that's also a great thing about the group is being able to help people and get to know them so they don't have to worry about going to the store and trying it on or feeling weird asking somebody they don't know. And I keep everything private too. So, well, not private like you're in a group, but if you have questions about sizes and stuff, that of course goes through Messenger, or a lot of people have my cell phone number now. I'm like your personal shopper. I should.
So, you're
charge for
really
that.
building authentic relationships with the people in the group.
Yes, I actually have one customer in Panama City who I've just fallen in love with, and she got engaged, and so I actually mailed her like an engagement shirt, and she knows what's going on with my family, so she actually texted me 2 days ago and was like, I know you're leaving your tribe, but I'm praying for you, and you have people in Panama City. So my husband says I don't need any more friends, but now I feel like I have, I think there's almost 4,000 people in the group right now. So I feel like, okay, I don't have 4,000 friends, but I would say that most of those people are my friends now.
Very cool. Natelle, how important is the engagement to what you're doing?
I completely agree with Brooke in that there's this rapport that you build with your audience that hopefully turn into customers, but also, that the fact that you have this kind of personal connection with the people that like your stuff, because, we're not Forever 21 or Nordstrom where there's this kind of wall behind what
We
you're
might be that
wearing.
big one day.
Yeah,
That's our
maybe.
goal.
But the idea is to still, have that kind of connection with your audience to build the relationship. And anything that is organic engagement is very important to a small business.
Is that how you got to 83,000 followers? Seriously, I want to know how you got to 83,000 followers.
I hope that all of them are organic. I know I'm not sure if this is what Facebook is like also. I know Facebook recently bought Instagram, but on Instagram you get things like bots where that they would give you fake followers and fake likes just to boost your I guess image might be. And I don't I don't really like doing things like that. Like, I
Right.
would like to know that whoever is following me is actually someone that likes my stuff and wants to tell people about my stuff.
Well, I can say from somebody who is deep into social media, and you can comment way better on this because
Yeah.
you're an Instagram genius as well. I like surrounding myself with social media geniuses because I'm super passionate about social media. I mean, you can tell when somebody has fake followers, so to speak,
Right,
because
the
because
engagement is super low. Yeah, yeah. And, you know, you make, sometimes I feel like I'm on my phone too much because I make the point of reading as many comments as possible, answering questions, and then, you know, answering direct messages and emails and, yeah.
So where do you find the time? Because that's the one thing that everybody's going to say, oh, I don't have the time to do that. I mean, it's just true. Like, everybody's saying, like, I don't have the time. And I'm like, well, I have the same amount of hours as you do. So
Yeah, I think you just make the time, right? Like, you know, sometimes you might be in a meeting and you can't look at your phone for a few hours, but then after the meeting, you can come out and just quickly scroll through. One of the downsides of Instagram is that you only get a certain number of notifications before it cuts off. So sometimes I find myself going back posts that I made a few weeks ago, and there would be new comments that I never would have seen, and I'll say, you know, I'm so sorry I missed this, and here is your answer. You know, something to keep the person going, hey, I'm actually being heard. And, you know, they feel this, I guess, maybe not a sense of importance, but at least that what they say is being heard by someone.
They want to feel like they matter.
Yeah,
that they
that's
have
what
a
I'm trying to
voice
say,
in what
yeah.
you're doing. I couldn't call Nordstrom and say, hey, I need a black dress. Could you
Right.
help me out? But literally my hairdresser was like, I have an event. Like, could you be on the lookout? So
Yeah.
I went and purchased a quantity of black dresses. Hopefully she's gonna buy one. I haven't told her. I have.
She will.
But it's just that, or someone was like, hey, I have a wedding on St. Patrick's Day. Can you keep your eye out? Or I'm getting married. But knowing that you're going to take the time and try to find that. Or, hey, I want like
Yeah.
this piece of artwork drawn. Can you make it into a necklace for my niece? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think you can get that at a big department store just because of the quantity of work that they're doing. But I think people want to have a voice. Like, when I go to market while I'm there, I'm like, hey, what styles are you looking for? Here's a picture of this girl. Is this a dress that you like? I do a lot of polls. So I don't lose money, would you like to wear beanies, or would you like a scarf in the winter? It doesn't get cold very much in Florida, but would you buy it? Because most of my market right now is in Florida.
Yeah,
And
and
help me change
It's
that.
true what Brooke says is that you end up making a lot of friends and a lot of connections through social media, and it's fun when people send you like, I know it's your birthday, and so I sent you a tiny gift, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a good feeling.
It's all UCE stuff. You guys hear this? There's other people in the room, and like when I hear I was sending people stuff on their birthday, like the wow moments.
My birthday is February 2nd.
I mean, guys, it's the reason why like it's called the WHOA. It's for the whoa moments. Like we always talking about that wow factor. Like that for me, that's our number one core value here is to create and recreate the ultimate customer experience, and that's why it's exciting to have other people who are doing that, because it just proves my philosophy that it builds those relationships. It builds it has a long-term purpose versus short-term capital, right? So it's exciting to have people in the room who have that same philosophy. Question for you, Natelle. How many times are you posting each day?
I aim to post once a day on
Just
Instagram.
once.
Currently, I'm doing 2 because I naively decided to take up the 100-day project, which was basically just doing one creative thing a day and then posting about it on Instagram and using the hashtag the 100-day project. So I've just been, so that's 2 until July, and then solidly at least once a day, and also doing daily stories. So Instagram recently implemented stories, which are sort of like Snapchat and what Facebook is doing, those short 24-hour, videos or images that appears right at the top of your audience's feed. Because sometimes when somebody follows a lot of people, depending on the amount of engagement they do with that account, if they drop engagement, then slowly your post gets buried deep down in the feed and it doesn't get seen. So stories is another way for you to grab someone's attention. And also it's fun, like you can do little pieces of your life, like look at my house plants because I have way too many house plants. Here's a picture of my cat. Something that they can relate to as well in real life.
Do you have a scientific method in your head? Like I'm doing 5 stories
No.
a day, or is it
No.
just completely random?
No, it is completely. I would like to say that I've mastered Google SEO and all this amazing market. No, everything is a huge learning curve. It's just how I started.
In your stories, you're obviously using the sell now or the buy now features.
Yeah, I love that new feature. That link
it's
feature
amazing.
is great. Yeah,
we've had a tremendous amount of success.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I know for our past collaborations, we didn't have that feature, so I'm
Yeah.
excited when we do our next
And the
thing to
fact
see.
that you can
see how
tag
quickly.
accounts now on
Yeah.
stories, and people can just tap on the account name that you've typed in, and they can go straight to that account. That's a whole new level of exposure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You have the shop feature activated. Is that what you're talking
She
about?
has the link feature too, where you can
Yeah.
swipe up and you could go right to a pin or a tote bag
Because
or
she has
whatever.
so many
and
followers.
yeah,
You have to have like
No,
the
no,
blue
no.
check.
But there's
do it,
also
but you have
there's
it-
also a new feature where you can have a shop now thing
Right.
embedded in your
In the
post,
picture,
which I
too.
don't have. For me to be able to do that, I need to link my Facebook. I need to make a Facebook shop, put all of my items in that Facebook shop, and link them together with my Instagram, which
Okay.
I have yet to take the time to do.
I'm helping with somebody else with that, so if you need help with it, let me know. Is your
That sounds
website
awesome.
a Shopify site?
It is Shopify, yeah.
It's not that difficult. In fact, Joanna can help you.
Awesome.
I think it's critical.
Yeah.
And we
I really
have
like
it for
that feature.
new scooters for less. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's for like the little scooter mugs and stuff that we sell. We can't sell scooters that way because the items have to be shippable.
Right.
So like, but it wasn't that difficult, and I think it's huge.
Okay.
And
Definitely
I
talk to
think
me
it'd be
at the end of
really,
this.
really big for Brooke too.
I know. I'm working on the Instagram. One of our interns is working on that. I was doing really well at Instagram, and then the live kicked off, and it's just me. But I do try to post more engagement in the actual group. My mom jokes. One night I did a live, and I had no makeup on. I was tired. My mom was like, "You look terrible. Like like why did you do that? Like you would sell more if you like got dressed and put on your." I'm like, "Mom, like this is me. I'm tired. Like I have makeup on today." But I think people actually like that because they're like, "Oh, you are a real mom. You're doing this at your house. Your kids are asleep." One night my dog was like running back and forth. So
I would watch it for the
Santa
dog.
brought us a puppy. Oh, do you dog sit?
no.
But I try to post at least once or twice in the group and then once on the actual Facebook page. Right now I'm trying to encourage people in the notes to go to the Facebook page and write a review just because you never know what Mark Zuckerberg's going to be up to. So I'm trying to not put all my eggs in one basket, to speak.
Yeah, I was actually fascinated because as I was doing my research, right? Like I was seriously super fascinated by this Facebook Live thing, and then I'm like, well, I wonder what she's doing on Instagram. And then I go and I saw that there wasn't really a lot of engagement. And I'm like, oh, I think she's missing an opportunity here. So we're gonna like put her in the room with somebody who has 83,000 followers on Instagram.
I like it.
You know, like see if some magic happens. But no, I would, as a social media, fan.
I'm about to be big. I just hired 3 people. 1, 2, 3.
There you go. I would definitely
4.
encourage you to do that.
I would say the one thing that really impressed me about Natelle is we met before we ran this music festival at High Dive in like August last year or September.
I think it was last year, yeah.
Yeah, Trueville, which was like a music art food truck thing we did all day. And I don't know how I saw it. I must have been just checking out Gainesville's location Instagram. And I saw these pins and I was like, wow, these are amazing. And I go and she's got, I don't know how many followers you had back then, maybe 60 or 50 or some ridiculous amount. And I DM'd her and I was like, hey, we're throwing this thing. We'd love to have you set up your booth at our festival. She DMs me back like the next day, and 2 weeks later we have the festival, and her booth in real life at these like festivals she goes to is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so well put together. I mean, it's all her own stuff, but it looks perfect. And I've seen her at First Magnitude and these other bigger festivals where there's 50, 60 vendors. And when you talk about like that UCE, Like she's got it on the Instagram side and then also in real life on the
Like
booth side.
retail, literally.
It's amazing, and it comes through, you know, on both sides, which I think is special, because there's some people that are really good at one thing and they're not good at the other, but she's really, really talented at kind of giving you the experience in real life as well as online.
How often are you doing those setups?
Oh, I used to do them quite a lot a couple of years ago, and I've scaled back a bit because the online shop's been doing really well. But I aim to do big shows definitely like the Christmas time. Those are usually when I would get really serious about doing.
Yeah,
doing
and
the
you'd say
booths.
that's kind of how it popped originally. Is
Yeah.
you'd meet these other vendors.
Yeah.
You'd done so many collaborations too with other
Right.
pin shops, people you'd almost
Yeah.
think you'd be competing with, but
Right.
they don't compete really, they collaborate.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I love about her business model, and we talked about this last week, was she's a model where she creates something she really likes, she can sell it and make some money, but she also does, you know, these fundraisers for, you know, all sorts of different things, and she can speak on that more, where she's making a little bit of money, she's giving money away to a foundation or whatever, and it's a really good way for some of these nonprofits to look at making some money, even locally. You know, I think all of the nonprofits locally could do something maybe with Natelle if she's not too busy. I hope I don't put her on blast for that, but it's a really cool thing. I think people you can add it to your hat. It's a little bit of a different strategy to make some money and to fundraise, and she's already proved it out. And if you want to talk on that a little bit, Natelle, like who you've collaborated with, maybe locally, if anyone knows, and then some of the foundations that are most near to you. I know on your Instagram they call you the manatee lady, so or you call yourself the manatee lady. So
Yeah, I just love manatees too much, I think. Is there such a thing as loving manatees?
I don't think
too
so.
much?
I want to go swim with them.
Oh yeah, kayaking with manatees. So I've worked with a few nonprofits. It actually started with me just going, I really love what animal shelters do and rescue shelters, and so I'm like, I base my prices so that there is enough that I can actually make a living and also give back to what the community does. And so it started with, you know, local rescues like Helping Hands and Puppy Hole Farm, which is out in, it's east of Gainesville somewhere. And then, you know, some of my followers would be volunteers at different organizations or working for different nonprofit organizations, and some of them would email and say, hey, I volunteer with the Endangered Wolf Center that's up in Missouri, and you know, it would be cool if we did pins or designed something, and that's how that gets going. And currently I'm working with one of the butterfly groups at Florida Museum. They do a lot of conservation work and breeding programs for the Miami blue butterfly, which is an endangered butterfly native to Florida. And we're working on like a series of pins to help kind of bring awareness to these animals and hopefully kind of keep the donations going by doing like a whole project of stuff. And also, you know, it kind of gets people more aware about the group in Florida Museum, because maybe a lot of people that go to the museum don't know that there are research groups doing conservation work as well, and they're not just there for the exhibits. So that's how.
Yeah, it really helps tell the full story. I mean, I really like it. We did a collaboration. We've done two. We did Beat Irma T-shirts last year when Irma came in and affected. You know, we thought it was going to affect Gainesville more than it did, and it did somewhat, but we were able to raise, it wasn't that much money. It was like almost $500, and we gave it away to a few different organizations through our T-shirts that Natelle designed for free. We gave all the profits away. It was awesome, and it was just a quick way to kind of show, hey, you know, different people in town can put something together really quick. We actually put it together before the hurricane even struck, knowing that it was going to probably be bad. And it's just a cool thing to be able to think that way and get things done for all different sides of industries. But we're lucky to have her in Gainesville, and I'm sure we'll do some more collaborations between you guys and her, us and her. Brooke and her. It'll be fun.
Are you guys being asked a lot to use that influence to, highlight nonprofits or other organizations?
Absolutely. We're messaged all the time, almost in a way where I feel bad sometimes because we can't make it just a mouthpiece for things, but we definitely try to do as much as we can, especially in the stories. I always tell people, if you'll send me some assets, you tell me a little bit of information, I'll throw it up on the story.
Because that doesn't mess up the authenticity as much of the account.
Yeah, and just, you don't want to play favorites. So, there's so many amazing organizations, and some of these
all hitting you up.
And there's, in April and October, there's 100 different events. There's everything going on at once. So if you got 4 awesome things on a weekend, you can't post 4 times.
Gotcha.
But the stories, you can kind of tell that story and at least get, if someone's interested in it, they can swipe up and see more.
Where is the swipe up feature activated? What number of followers
I
do you know?
think 15,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Better
right.
get
Yeah,
busy.
not everybody has that.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
that.
Oh.
Gotta get working today.
Why would they do something like that, though?
I don't
Make
know.
money.
Yeah.
So I have just another question in regards to consistency and how important consistency has been. Do you do the show every Tuesday night, or is
Every
that...
Wednesday. So I did it last night just because we have a lot going on, but we'll do another one tonight. But my goal is that you think it's I love This Is Us. Now my show's kind of at the same time, but I want people to be like, oh, hey, Brooke's on. I'm not going to go to dinner on Wednesday. It sounds silly, but sometimes I don't show the clothes until Wednesday night. So it's hey, it's your time. You're a mom or you're a girl and you're just laying in bed, and maybe your husband's getting a sneak peek of what he's about to buy you. But it's just your time. You don't have to get dressed. You don't have to go to the mall. You can have your girlfriends over. So I think the time is consistent. We were actually traveling recently, and I told my mom that I did an injustice to myself because I didn't do it on Wednesday night. So even if I'm traveling, I feel like I should still do it. I should still get on and say, hey, I'm out of town, but these are some new things that we have, or train someone else who in my place could do a live video, but that can still relate to my target market, which is moms or young women, mostly moms.
What about you, Natelle? How important is consistency to your account?
Oh, yeah. I strive to maintain a brand image. Which is that what you're kind of getting at with consistency?
Well,
aside from posting daily and...
Yeah, that's definitely being consistent, right?
Yeah.
That daily post, that's what's creating the engagement, and you're creating that following through that. I guess I just constantly see business owners who are actually, I just wrote an article about this in a local magazine, a business magazine, talking about our vlog and everything. And I said, there's so many business owners that go, you know what, that Instagram thing, that's important. I should be doing that.
Yeah.
And they do it for 2 months, 3 months, and then they stop. And it's usually the same. Things I just didn't have enough time, or I couldn't keep up with it. But the biggest one that I always hear is I didn't see the results.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything from it. And they think it's going to happen after 2 months. But from what I've learned through social media is that it takes 3 years. It takes a long time, and it's not, it's daily, right? Daily. So I guess that's what I was just kind of curious about was, how much do you focus on it? Is there focus on consistency? Is it every Wednesday night, or is it just, now it's just habit and it's as you go?
It has become a habit for me now. Yeah. The amount of times that I constantly check to make sure that I've answered all of the comments and one of the things in the pin community is that you can trade pins with other designers, and a way to get exposure is when people share your pins on their account. And one of the definitely consistently since I started the business is always reposting other people's stuff, and everybody kind of works together to get the engagement that you're hoping to get.
I agree with that completely. Even in my group, I had a friend, Carly, she owns like embroidery things. She was like, hey, can I donate a gift card and put it on your spin wheel? So I gave her a shout out, and then she's going to get some business. Or sometimes I'm like, hey, if you're local and you want me to give a shout out, or you want to come on and do 2 or 3 weeks ago, Kara Winslow's a local makeup artist. I did I didn't sell anything until after, because sometimes people just want content. They don't want salesy. So all of my shoppers, most of them are women. And so we did a makeup tutorial, and hundreds of people watched it and shared it, and then she got business from it. So I'm helping her, and then she's helping me. And like what you mentioned, even I've reached out to other boutique owners that I've met online, and it's just a community. I don't think... If you find someone that's not willing to help, you don't really want their help anyways, and especially if you have your target market. A lady in Texas is helping me, and the style of clothes in Texas, and her target market is completely older than me. It's for plus size women, so she has no harm in helping me. So she's been a great mentor. She's not charging me. It's fabulous. She's an older mom. She's like, I see what you want to do to help your family. You want to be there. This is what's worked for me. So I think if you're opening a business, you should make the time to be a people person. Sometimes I'm so busy. My husband's like, hey, you got to like stop and like build those relationships. So right now my goal is, there's a lot of people in the group, but I need to focus on my return customers and why they're coming back, because I need more customers like them. Like, why did you shop at Addison MacKenzie? Why did you like it? So there's a lot of things in the future, like, why does Shannon watch the video? Why does she like it? Why does she want to buy from me instead of Kohl's or
Well, now she gets a notification. It says Addison MacKenzie Boutique is live.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Go to it.
ultimately where we're in is like quite a niche market, right? Like the more we can help each other is what makes it work.
So those collaborations are super, super key.
Yeah.
Is the summary. Now, you were talking about the little boutique or the little like setups that you do out on the spot that offer a great customer experience. Now, I know that's something that you do as well, right?
Right.
How important has that been for you?
When I first started, it was extremely important just to get your word out in the community. And just like you, I did a lot, and I still do a lot of charity work. I did something with the Humane Society. We did an event at Swamp Head. I did a Christmas event with United Way. So since I'm not shipping those products, I offer those nonprofits 20% back of the sales. So they actually end up doing really well. And then most of those customers continue to shop. And then also, now that I've grown, a lot of business owners will reach out to me. This Saturday, we're having an event at Bar Forte off of 39th Avenue. And so she just messaged me, and then randomly we have friends together.
No, Bryn's literally my neighbor.
Really?
Right across the
So,
street.
see, Gainesville is small. I've been here 14 years. I love it. But, and that's great. They're women. They're already going to a class, and it gives them, since it's all online, the chance to try clothes on. So then once they see these are real clothes that you would get at an actual brick and mortar store, instead you just get the convenience of shopping at home. And then once they meet me and see I'm so nice. But my husband's just kind of closed the door on random people stopping by my house. So,
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Has that become a problem?
no, I mean, it's just the people I meet and they become my friends. And he's like, you know them? I'm like, well, they're just stopping real quick to try something on. I don't want to miss the sale. They have like an event tomorrow. He's like, didn't they know they had the event? I'm like, I don't know. Just giving them a cute dress.
Yeah. How much has technology been a challenge for you? Because I noticed last night there was like Wi-Fi issues. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just shared bandwidth. You were like telling Kyle, stop watching the game or whatever he was doing.
Well, my husband's a financial planner, so we don't have cable. We like to save money. It's good. Everyone should save money, invest your money, so you can retire one day and buy cute clothes. But yeah, something's up with my internet. But I think that is important. My cell phone died yesterday. I always, like you say, I'm always answering comments. I'm always replying to people. I'm always messaging people. And sometimes that's not a harm, but I've enabled people to know that I get right back to them. So if I'm not right away, they're like, oh my gosh, what happened? But yeah, you should definitely make sure your phone's not going to die during a live video. But everybody came back on, which is great. I mean, now there's 2 clips and people are sharing both. So it's worked out. But no, and there's a lot to learn. Like I said, I am not a marketing major. I am not a business major. My master's is in ed leadership. I love kids, but I love fashion too. So this has been a huge year of learning in 2 years. And so now I'm at the point that I've stuck with it. I haven't slept for 2 years. I've given up a lot of family time, friend time, sleep time. That now that we've been successful, but now that we're continuing to grow, I need to take the next step forward into hiring experts, because I'm not an expert. I'm just a people person, and I like clothes, and I like talking to people and making them happy. So,
Well, that's the best way to grow your brand. Always. That will never change.
Can't do it all on your own, so get help.
Yeah, it's hard on your own. Like, once you get to a certain stage, I think you realize that how much an extra pair of hands actually make.
Do you have extra help?
No,
Or
it's
just
just
you
me,
right now?
Yeah.
Do you have
And-
children?
No, I do not.
Oh, you should
Yeah.
get help before you have children. And you should not have it. My passion was tutoring kids when I stopped teaching. So I was tutoring this whole year, 15 hours a week, once I got my kids. So that's why I would not sleep. So then I would work after. But it took a lot. But in January, I stopped tutoring 11 of those hours. So it freed up some of my time. But
I'm still
it's hard
super
to do
impressed
it.
that you're doing
it's
this.
hard
with
to do
children.
it all. I'm struggling right now, but
So what's next? Like, what does the future look for each of you guys? Like, where do you see your businesses in 12 months? Where do you see them in 5 years? Like, just what is that
Natelle, what
vision?
have you not made that you want to make?
Yeah.
Well,
Because you just added socks. I'm going to order some today.
I'm super excited about working with the Tea Shop, which is a local husband and wife duo.
Put an order in with them yesterday for some stuff. They're great.
They are so great. I went to watch them do some screen printing of some of my designs. So we're putting out a pilot collection of just 4 different 4 designs, and that's hopefully coming out in July. But I mean, I have this rich fantasy life that the business will grow to an extent where I can open up a store and have a few people helping out, maybe even like have co-illustrators that would bring the brand together. And then other times I'm like, hey, I could scale back from shipping merchandise and working on being like solely focusing on illustrations and being hired to do illustrations for other people. And then sometimes I would tell my husband, let's just pack up everything and move to Costa Rica and take care of orphaned baby sloths, because that sounds very ideal. I mean, the short answer is I have no idea, and that there are so many opportunities to go in whatever direction we want to be in.
So you're just letting it happen organically.
Yeah,
like
I mean, I
your
would
business has.
like to have some kind of, at least a vague focus. But yeah,
Cool.
it would be cool to see where it goes.
Excellent. Brooke, what about you? I know you said that you're getting ready to move out of Gainesville.
yes. So we've lived here for 14 years. My husband and I both went to the University of Florida. Go Gators. So this is a big transition for our family. I'm terrified, but I actually am trying to be positive and trust God. And I feel now, not that I'm a little psycho, but I went through my customer list when I should have been sleeping, and I already have some great customers where I'm moving. So I think it will be a good chance to expand my audience and continue to grow. Ultimately, I would love to, my dad talks about it all the time, having a warehouse, being able to drop ship, all of those things just take time, and I think we're on the right step. Right now I'm getting more into jewelry and hats for the beach and stuff like that. So being able to offer full outfits, like what I'm wearing today, I'll do a post later, but I sell the earrings, pants, and shirt. So busy people would like a one-stop shop. Here's an outfit. It's good to go. And then continue to offer that immediate connection care. No matter how big I get, I still want to remember that I am a people person. I want to serve the people before I sell them and let them know our ultimate goal is to help them. No matter if I'm selling $100,000 a month, that would be great. You all keep shopping, please. So every month, sometimes my goals are out of, like, not out of reach. They are all reachable, but
Yeah,
unattainable
drop shipping
with what's
is a
going
great
on.
idea.
Yes. That's actually what takes so much time is packaging it and shipping it and printing the label and weighing it and writing the note, and that doesn't take a lot of mental capacity, so I need to free up my time on that so I can actually grow elsewhere.
So I know that you were saying that you're not necessarily like super pumped about leaving Gainesville because you love it so much.
I do. I love it. I thought I was going to have grandbabies here.
What's been your favorite thing about Gainesville?
Oh, there's so many things. I think it changes with the seasons of your life. I loved college here. My husband played for both national championship teams for UF on football, so it was definitely fun going to all of the Gator games and then being able to share those traditions in this season with my children. We recently went to a former player barbecue, and for my kids to get to meet Spurrier and hang out with Dan Mullen, who was my husband's coach. Those things are great, being able to just get up on a Sunday after church and go to a baseball game because my son's playing t-ball. Those are the things at this stage in my life I'll miss. I'm gonna cry. I'll miss my tribe of friends, my doctor. We've been so blessed with great doctors, health care. I love you should talk to Meadowbrook. You like manatees? My son's elementary school, their mascot is a manatee. You could probably go paint on their walls. I used to work there. I'll hook you up. I just think once you've been somewhere so long and everybody is so nice, I don't know. There's not one thing I'm going to miss my church. I love my church. I've been going there since college. My doctors, I literally text my pediatrician, and when I told her, she was like, well, I'm not going to change my phone number because you're leaving. I'm like, I know. And she's like, well, think of all the great things Orlando is going to have. We recently went to Public and General and ate, and they had a kids area. My kids got to play. We love satchels. My kids love going to Payne's Prairie. If y'all don't know all these places, you should look them up.
I love Payne's Prairie.
Depot Park, the splash pad in Alachua. This is for this season in my life. Parks. What else am I going to miss? Everything. The museum. I haven't even gone to the Cade Museum. I have a bucket list of everything I need to do before I leave. And Kyle's like, we're not moving to Kansas. I'm literally moving like an hour and a half away. So.
And contrary to popular belief, you can raise a family in Gainesville.
Yeah, no,
amazing.
I loved it. I think, and that's what I joke with some of my sitters about. They're like, where do you live? We live in Jonesville. They think it's like a different country. I'm like, no, just keep driving down Newberry Road. And it is completely different. College life is completely different than raising a family, but you meet this community of people. The outdoors are great. The charity events that we go to, the festivals, there's always something to do, especially if you like being outdoors. The new movie theater, I haven't gone there. And I'm just adding up.
I really want to try that. Yeah.
All those great, the Thai rolled ice cream. I mean,
that's really good.
Yeah, both places.
Well, I think you just proved
everything.
the perception.
You should love Gainesville.
I picked up some stuff.
Ty and I are always talking about how
goodness,
like Gainesville has this, this perception of being a place where you go for college, and you just like named everything that is a reason.
Fun for Gator Kid. There's always
so much
something to do for family sports. We live right down the street from Jonesville Park. It's my son's favorite. We've had his birthday party 2 years there. He plays t-ball there. We have a great music class that we go to. My son does Suzuki piano. So that's what I'm scared of, finding a piano teacher, finding a pediatrician, finding a dentist, finding an eye doctor. I know they have great health care in Orlando, and I support my husband 100% because he is the rock of our family. But it will be a huge transition for me, but I will miss Gainesville, and I'm coming back every home football game.
Awesome. And Natelle, what about you? What's your favorite part about Gainesville, Florida?
Oh, well, for us moving here from New Zealand was the wildlife, because you don't have squirrels or snakes in New Zealand. Wow. There are no snakes in New Zealand.
I don't like snakes.
And we New Zealand.
Me too.
We brought our cat over because we're crazy animal people, and she saw her first squirrel, and I think she freaked out because she had no idea what that was. But I mean, like Brooke mentioned, the great thing about Gainesville is the amount of nature that is around. Like, you can just drive a short distance and be in this amazing swampland, or like an alligator will just casually hang out by the tiny river that runs through campus. Like little things like that I would have taken.
The biggest alligator I've ever seen was on UF's campus. I'm not even
my
kidding.
God.
The head of this thing was and like one of the little
My friend
drainage.
proposed there, and it like ruined the proposal.
Oh, that's like christening your proposal.
Yeah, she still said yes, but it was a great story.
Yeah, and it's just like things that I would have taken for granted, years ago, that now I'm just like, wow, this is so amazing. And any chance that we get, like, we want to discover all these new places. Like somebody told me about this place called Cedar Lake Woods.
Oh yes,
and
I went there.
It's like
so
this old
fun.
quarry,
you
right?
You have to take a picnic basket. My husband took me for my
Yes.
anniversary. It's fun.
So we're gonna go
Devil's
there
Den.
later.
It's down in
Devil's Den.
Williston.
Yeah, I really want to go there and check it out because it's just cool that there was this old quarry that just got repurposed back into, and like nature can take over again. Yeah. I am also sad to say that I may be moving away from Gainesville next year. It depends on what's happening with, again, the husband's job.
Well, I mean, I think that's part of life. I mean,
Yeah.
you're married to somebody, job changes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes things are beyond our control, but
Yeah.
we're definitely doing everything we can to highlight what makes this place so special, and you guys are definitely a part of that. So I'm just super thankful that you guys came on this morning. And do you have any last things? We got to start wrapping it up. I don't know if everybody can hear, but there's a boxing gym literally right next door. It's
brought my
definitely
workout clothes.
one of the things that I love about Gainesville is like we can be doing a podcast in one room while people are getting their sweat on and boxing on in the next room with thumping music.
There's no reason to be I am out of shape, but in Gainesville there are a lot of great
Yes,
gyms.
there are.
Why don't you guys just tell us where we can follow you and find your stuff, Natelle?
Oh,
Please.
You can mostly find me on Instagram at Natelle Draws Stuff, Natelle Draw Stuff. My website is natelledrawstuff.com.
We have an Instagram, but she's gonna fix it up for me. Check back, and I don't know how fast she works. Check back tonight. I'm just kidding. I would first go to Facebook, and you can search for the group. Just search Addison MacKenzie Boutique. And then we also have a Facebook page, and then the website is at www.addisonmackenzie.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you again so much for being here. This was incredible. I really, really enjoyed our time together. And Gainesville, everybody who's watching, you need to share this. Ty and I are going to highlight everything that makes Gainesville so incredible, and these two are definitely a part of that. And thanks again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Thanks, guys.
having us. Thank you.
See y'all later. Bye.